Record-breaking heat is a real challenge for the nation's airlines, including Southwest. It even had to deal with a new kind of heat problem. Listen to this, exploding beverage cans. Yikes. Kris Van Cleave is looking at Southwest's efforts to stay cool. Kris, now you got to worry about exploding beverage cans. I'm curious to see what Southwest is going to do. Hello.
Well, good morning, Gayle. You know, the airlines know how to deal with high heat. The biggest challenge is how to keep their people cool. So they limit how long they're outside because you're not only getting the heat from the sun, you're getting it radiating off the ground. But these bursting cans came as a bit of a surprise. Southwest now has a multi-million-dollar solution.
For Southwest Airlines ground crews, every flight is about beating the clock. But as the temperature in Phoenix soars to over 110 this summer, it also becomes about beating the unrelenting heat.
You dread those July, August, those really hot days?
I have to be honest, I dread it a bit. Yeah, for sure.
John Rawlings has worked the ramp for the last 6 summers.
Stay hydrated and stay covered, stay out of the sun.
Southwest deploys roving hydration stations and aims to get ground crews out of the heat after every flight they work.
Even in the morning when it's a relatively cool 95 here in Phoenix, the temperature coming off the pavement is closer to 120.
During the last 2 summers, the Phoenix area experienced weeks at a time above 110 degrees. Heat so hot, it caused carbonated drink cans waiting to be loaded onto flights to ripple and even burst, resulting in some injuries to crew members.
Once it got up to 105, 110, you started hearing the cans before you even saw them. You could hear them deforming.
In an effort to address the bursting cans ahead of this summer, Southwest bought 60 new refrigerated provisioning trucks for Phoenix and Las Vegas, their 2 hottest hubs.
Our summers are extending, and that product is under that intense heat for longer periods of time.
Steve Land oversees Southwest's provisioning team at Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport as they stock about 200 flights a day.
What we've experienced here in the last 2 years has really been very different.
And it was happening frequently.
It was starting to happen very frequently.
The old trucks didn't have AC. Climbing in the new ones, you notice the difference.
Cold in here.
Cool in here, very cool in here.
The storage area is kept at a crisp 40 degrees.
What's the ideal temperature for the cans?
Our goal is to keep them under 80.
40 degrees sure sounds good. Now, those roving trucks also end up being essentially cooling stations for the people working in them. Southwest says they are monitoring the can temperature with heat guns this summer. The goal is to try to keep them at room temperature. Vlad?
Wow, just another thing to worry about.
They're very concerned about the cans, but can they get the jetways air conditioned? Yeah. I'm going to burst in one of those one of these days.
Yeah, but I know they're steamy in there. I didn't know about the exploding cans, though. Did you?
Either, but you're right. The jetways are bad, too.
Yeah.
Kris Van Cleave, thank you very much, my brother.